Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl, but you call me Jessica. And I know that's weird, but that's just that's how I like it, okay? So today I'm going to teach you about AP Calculus, more specifically about secant, tangent, and normal lines. I will teach you about finding the equation of these lines, and just if this helps you in life, then thumbs up the video. That's what we want, views, subscribes, whatever. Alright, so all of these graphs you see behind me right here, they are all functions of x cubed plus 1, right? So first we'll start off with secant lines, okay? Secant is the average rate of change between points A and B. Always remember that the secant line intersects at 2 points of the original function, alright? So these are all basically like depictions or whatever. Like, they're not the best, but don't get on me. They're not drawn to scale, okay? But they're all basically original functions, okay? And for the secant line, so let's just say that this graph right here is the secant line graph, okay? So whenever you look at this video, you got the first one is secant, okay? And this is how we start off, okay? This function x cubed plus 1. So for this function, you try to find you pick out your A and B points, right? So the first point, which is A, is going to be right here, and the second point, which is B, is going to be right here, okay? A and B. Alright, so points A and B is 0 and 1 if you just don't do the letters. So this right here is 0, and this is 1. Oh. Okay, my letters and my lines are not sexy. We're not here for penmanship though. And point B is 5 and 126. It's a big number, I know, but that's just the equation. Don't ask questions. We just try to solve things here. This is the graphical example of it. Now, if you don't have a graph and you're pressed for time, don't panic, all right? Just take a breath and refer to the equation f of b minus f of a, okay? Sorry, my cameraman is having some difficulty. Shout out to my cameraman though. But f of b and f of a are the y values of the points A and B, okay? So since this is A and this is B, the f of b and f of a will be these 2 points that I marked right here, okay? Once again, I am no artist. Don't get on me for that. Please don't. Okay. Alright, so you are pressed for time. You have no graph. This is the equation. F of B minus F of A. Now, if you sit here looking like, okay, this looks very familiar, it is, okay? When me and you, or you in another time, was in like 6th or 7th grade, this was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's just different letters and whatever, but it's the same thing. So all you have to do is just plug in your y values over your x values and you find your slope. So why don't we just do that, okay? So f of b is 126 and f of a is 1. B is going to be 5 and A is going to be 0. Now, that simplifies to 125 over 5, which further simplifies to 25. Now, 25, my people, is the slope. That's just check that off, okay? This 25 is the slope of the secant line. Now, you got your slope. You want to find your equation, and that's not hard either, okay? So you have the slope, and you just take the slope and you sub it into the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, it's a lot of stuff going on here, but just bear with me, okay? Just take another breath, and just go with the flow, okay? So y1 is, oh yeah, I spoke to that about this, but y1 is basically the point that you chose. So you have points A and B. Choose which one you want to plug into the point slope formula and just go ahead, all right? But I'm going to choose 1 because let's be honest, with anything with 0 is just makes things so much simpler, okay? So y1 is going to be 1 and m is 25. I mean, if you don't know what m is, you just is 25, okay? And then x1 is 0. Now let's do some mental math. What I got was y equals 25x plus 1. Just check my peoples. Peoples, is that right? Oh yeah, my people says right. Okay, so you know I'm just smart. You know that's why you gotta look. That's why you gotta look at my video. Okay. All right. So basically, this is your secant line. Yeah. All right. Now let's move on to tangent lines. All right. Now let's make a move on to these tangent lines. Okay. So we're gonna use this graph for the tangent line. Okay. For tangent lines, they are the instantaneous rate of change at a particular point on the graph. Okay. And in a more simpler term, they're basically the rate of change at one instant on the graph. Okay, so like it's just like the matrix, like it just stops. Okay, and it's just at one instant, and that's the rate of change. Okay, for these lines, the derivative is the slope. I'm serious. Like the derivative is the slope. Like they're the same thing. They're the same thing. Okay, so. When graphing tangent lines, always remember that there's only one intersection to the original function, okay? This is not the same thing, and I think this is not, okay? Not the same thing as secant lines. So you see here, for secant lines, there's a point A and a point B, but for tangent lines, there's only one point, okay? So as I'm graphing my line, I'm only circling one point to show that that is where the tangent line is intersecting the original function. So here is my beautiful tangent line. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Just come Picasso, bro. Anyways, if you're pressed for time and you have no graph, okay, that's not a problem. Don't fear. Jessica is here, okay? You have no graph, it's fine. Just it's a process to find the tangent line, okay? So, like I said, the derivative is the slope, okay? So what you gotta do first is read the question, like every other test taker in America. Read the question, okay? And most questions would say, find the tangent line at x equals 3. All right. Well, I just graphed it for you, so this is x equals 3. Okay. So you have your x and you have your function. What do? Substitute it. So you just substitute x, 3 in for x. So you have y equals 3 cubes plus 1. 3 cubes is 27, and plus 1 is 28. Is that right, people? People said it was right, so I'm right. So 28. Don't forget that. We're gonna put that to the side for a minute, but don't forget it. Okay, 28 is very important. So you have 28, and you just go back to the original function, and you're just like, well, if the derivative is the slope, then just take the derivative. Okay. Now my friends already taught you about power rule. Okay. So you have an exponent here. All you gotta do is do the power rule, right? So this would be the derivative of x cubed plus 1 would be, well, y prime or f prime, no, whatever way you learned it, it's fine. It's the same thing. Siamese twins, don't forget. All right. The derivative of the original function is going to be 3x squared. Now you're probably wondering, well, what happens to the 1? Well, when you have constants like 1, no matter if it's 1, 5, 15, 100, if it's a constant and has no variable, it goes away. It vanishes, okay? So that's why you only left with 3x squared, all right? So you have your derivative and you have your y, and you're just like, why? Okay? So what you gotta do is you have to take the x that they give to you and just plug it into the derivative. So all you have to do is 3 times 3 squared, which is 3 times 9, which is 27. Peoples, is that right? My people said it was right. All right. Before I begin, I'm gonna just have to take a seat because I've been standing so long. Okay. All right. So you have your 27, which is the derivative of your original function, and you have your 28, which is the y1, and you have your x, which is 3. So what you have to do is just plug these into the point slope form. M as I said before, is the slope that you solve for. So what this looks like is y. Oh shucks, this is the wrong marker. Thanks for bearing with me. Y minus 28 equals 27x minus 3. Now this is going to be, oh, I gotta do this long ways because I can't do this in my head. It's just dumb. Y minus 28 equals 27x. 27 times 3 is 27 times 3 is 81. And my people's are snapping for me. This is snapping for me. Alright. So 80 minus 81. And then you just take your 28 and you add it over here. So 28 plus negative 81. And then let's just bring this over here so y'all know what the final answer is. But the final answer will be y equals 27x minus 60, no, minus 53. And that, my peoples, my ladies and gents, is the tangent line.